Welcome
to
to
Afternoon Sweat.
Yay!
All right, get ready to work out with us, and
First, we gotta warm up our bodies. We gotta do a couple of stretches first, right, Allie?
Yep.
All right. What are some of your favorite stretches, Allie? You go first.
I like stretching this part, so do this for 10 seconds.
All right.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the other side. You can't forget about the other side.
You're right. Gotta stay balanced.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what about you, Betsy?
I always like to get my heartbeat up a little bit, so I like to do some jumping jacks. Why don't we do 10 of them? Okay, ready? At the same time now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Did we all stop at the same time? Good stuff.
All right.
All right, back to you, Allie.
Should we stretch our legs now?
Right legs, yes.
Your foot. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
That felt good.
Yeah.
All right. I know this is everybody's favorite stretch. Let's reach up to the sky as high as you can and bend down and touch the floor without bending your knees. And let's see how far you can go. Allie, can you touch your toes?
Yes, I can. Can you touch your toes?
Yes, I can. Can you touch your toes? All right. Let's do this for 10 more seconds.
Oh.
10, 9. Stay down, Allie. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Didn't that feel so good?
Yeah.
If we lifted your leg up like this.
Oh, yes. Hug your
1, 2, all the way to your chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, other leg, people. 1.
Ooh.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So on Monday, do you guys remember those Chinese videos that we did? We know you love them, so they're back.
Yes. I encourage you guys to follow along with us so you can exercise and sweat with us too. All right.
kind of tired.
Me too.
That was a good little exercise dance warm-up thing. I want to do a little something more. We looked up. I said warm-up. Yeah. Allie and I looked up some of the hardest exercises that you can do without equipment, and so we're gonna try some of them. And we want you to try them with us. Yeah. So grab a nice place on your floor or something and join us. This first one is called pistol squat. Allie, do you want to
Yeah.
I'm getting sweaty.
Me too. All right. So everybody needs to be standing up, and then you bring one leg up like this, and then try to squat all the way down. All right. So you can do it with.
And then you get back up, right?
Oh, really? So.
Okay.
You can try with your left leg first. All right.
Okay, ready, everybody?
Hands in
1,
front of you.
2, 3, go. Oh, I'm hot. Okay. Should we try the other leg?
Yes, let's try the other leg. Hands
in
front of you.
1,
Oh.
3, go.
Oh.
All right, great.
Man. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. I don't have water.
I'm sweaty. Okay. The next one is push-up clap. See, I can barely do a push-up on my feet, like one single push-up to 90 degrees on my feet. So let's see how this goes, everybody. Okay, so this one you just kind of like push up, but on the way back up, you clap somehow. All right. Ready, Allie?
Yes.
Wait, let me take off my socks. I'm slipping. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Hey, you're right here. Oh, that was hard. Okay. Try again. Actually, Allie, I'm actually sweating so much. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh. Man.
Well, we can see that push-up.
Make sure you comment if you were able to do that.
If you are able to do that, I want to see a video. Post a video in the Google Classroom.
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised. That's very difficult, guys. Okay. The next two, we just want to see who can hold a squat longer and who can hold a plank longer. So let's see if any of you guys can outhold the squat or the plank. Okay. Ready, Allie?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm tired. Okay. Squat. Ready? 1.
Wait, Betsy,
2,
can you just have a squat?
Oh, sorry. There are many different types of squat, actually, Allie. Which type of squat should we do? Should we do the regular squat or the sumo squat?
Which was the hard one?
I think sumo squats are kind of hard. So
right.
basically for sumo squat, you want to have your legs wider than your shoulder.
Yes.
And then have your feet point out a little, like this. And then you bend down to 90 degrees, guys. Has to be 90. Are you ready, Allie?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hands in front of you or hands in front of you?
Whatever helps you, whatever distracts you from the pain. How's your day, Allie? Hey, hands off your leg, you cheater.
Huh. You can't really see.
Hey!
Oh, wait.
I'm sweaty. I'm actually really sweaty.
Me too.
Are you guys sweaty yet? Allie, you're not 90 degrees.
Sorry.
Yeah. Make sure you guys are all 90 degrees or else it doesn't count. Allie, let's just call it a tie. 1, 2, 3, all right. Yay, Allie and I tied. Great.
Wow, I'm really sweaty.
Me too. Like, I'm actually, like, can you see that? Like, I'm actually sweaty.
All right, what's the last exercise we're doing today, Betsy?
Planking.
All right.
Should we do low plank?
Is that the one on your
Elbows, yeah.
We can do that.
All right, let's do it, people. Let's see how long we can hold it for and see if you guys can hold it longer. Oh, do you want to explain this one, Allie?
Oh, yeah. So if you know what a push-up is, that's when you're doing this, right? And then you go down. But a plank is, or this is the plank, the low plank, and you actually go on your forearms and you are just in this position for as long as you can.
Make sure your booty's not too high, people.
Yeah, that's important.
All right.
Okay, we're
Ready, Allie?
I can't hold it for
one.
Ready?
Oh,
We're
ready, set, go.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. Can you see me? Ooh, I don't know. I'm doing it. I promise, guys. I'm sweaty.
I'm tired already.
Me too. Whew. You guys want to hear a joke?
I want to hear a joke.
All right. What do Japanese cannibalists eat?
What? What do they eat?
Raw men.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Good job, everybody. If you can do any of those hard things, or even if you can't, submit a video to the Google Classroom. We would love to see it. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us for Afternoon Sweat. Hope you guys sweat or are sweating like I am. Like, I'm actually like sweating.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. Got anything else to say, Allie?
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Eat it. Hey! Oh. What are those? Oh, Jaimee, there's dolphins. Right there. Oh, yeah.
don't know what they are. It's an anemone. Oh. You can touch it. Oh, there's one right here. Look. Touch this one. Hey, buddy. This is called a keyhole limpet. It's called a what? Keyhole limpet. You see the little hole? Hiya! Karate chop! Hey man, cut it out. Hey, I think she's recording us. Yeah, hide behind me. I think we have to turn it over, right? Oh, yeah. Wow. Cool. Oh, baby. Oh, there's another one. Some barnacles. Is anyone home? Yeah, it's moving.
Hi, my name is Lily, and today we're going to be doing salt paintings. So right now, I'm just going to be drawing out my design, and I chose to do a rainbow, but you can do any design you want. So first, I would recommend sketching the design first, and then later you can overlap it with glue. As you can see right now, I'm just taking the glue and then tracing all my sketches that I made on the paper. And this is totally optional, but you can fill in the spaces, but I left mine to be open. So now I'm just taking the salt and just shaking it all over my blue outline. Don't be too shy with the salt, you should cover everything with salt, and later you can just tap out the excess. So now after I'm done shaking all the salt, I'm just tapping out all the extra. And after this, you're done for now, but I would suggest that you leave it out to dry for a few minutes. So right now I'm just getting my watercolors ready, and the trick is to really put a lot of water into your palette so then it can become like a puddle of color. And you can just dip it on the salt and it should spread. And here's the final product. And here's some other ones that we did earlier.
Hi everyone, welcome to our first week of That's So Crafty. Today we will be making some little felt pillows. So this is a little heart, but obviously you can do whatever shape that you want. But first I will introduce myself a little. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Julia. I was never an SDC camper, but I did start as a counselor the summer between my freshman and sophomore year of high school. So I was born and raised in San Francisco, and after I became a counselor at SDC over the years, I just became more and more plugged into the community, and now I call this my home church. So even when I went to college and I knew that I always wanted to come back and just be with the community that we have here and just serve, and I'm really thankful to be back in SF and to be able to share this craft with you guys. And so the materials that you guys will need are a pair of scissors, a ruler, a pen, 2 pieces of fabric, a piece of paper, and some cotton fill. So you can use cotton balls if you really don't have any other fabric, any type of filling. The ideal one is something called fiber fill, but you can also use an old pillow. If with your parents' permission, you can use an old stuffed animal and use the filling from inside. But I just have this cotton filling. My last one that I made was a heart, but as I said, you can make any shape that you want with this. For this next one, I'm thinking of just doing a little square, and just keep in mind that the bigger you go, the longer it will take for you to make the ties. This is a no-sew tie pillow, and so if this is your first time making it, I would suggest starting out with something a little smaller, and then when you get the hang of it, then you can definitely make a giant rectangular pillow, or a giant heart, or a giant stuffed animal that you don't have to sew. But first, we're just gonna start off. So I'm going to make this one a square, or a rectangle actually. And so the first thing that I'll do is I'll take my piece of paper and my pen, and I'll just draw out the shape that I want to do. And so I can use my ruler. Let's say I want to make this like this shape. And keep in mind that the amount or how big you draw this initial shape is not going to be how big your final product is, because we're going to make another shape inside of it, so it will have enough room to make the knots. But yeah, so this is going to be the size of my initial rectangle. Okay, and then using my pair of scissors, I'm just going to cut that out. And so you can do a circle, you can do an oval, you can do any shape. You could even do a star, but that one might be a little more difficult. Alright. Okay, after we have this initial shape, I'm going to put it on my piece of fabric, and then I'm going to cut my fabric in that shape. And a good tip is make sure that your 2 pieces of fabric match, that they're aligned, and then you can just cut it off all in one go so that you know that the 2 shapes will be the same size. And you won't have a back and a front that is not evenly matched. Alright, so I hope that all of you guys have your shape ready. If you had to start over or you wanted to choose a new shape, that's fine. You can just pause the video. But we're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna align my shape and my 2 pieces of fabric. And then I'm going to cut that out. Actually, I want to make sure. I want more of the magenta to show. So I'll realign this way. All right, we're good. So now I'm gonna cut. So remember, we're cutting both pieces of fabric at once so that the 2 sides will be the same shape and our pillow will be even. If it's not perfect, that's okay, just try your best. Okay, so now I have my piece of paper and my 2 pieces of fabric, right? All right, so now we are going to make another shape inside of this piece of paper first. And so we're gonna use this as a template. And so when we have our smaller shape, we're gonna put that smaller shape on our pieces of fabric, and then we'll have enough space to tie, so all the sides will be equal. I'm gonna take this rectangle shape and draw another rectangle on the inside of it with a 1-inch margin on all sides. So how I can do that is I use my ruler, I find the 1 inch, I will make a little dash that, you know, this is the 1-inch mark on this side. I'll just draw a line all the way so that I know where that 1-inch mark is. And then I'm going to do that on all sides so that I know I have a 1-inch margin on my entire rectangle. So I'll make another mark here. This is another 1-inch side. I'll draw another line. So now I have 2 lines on my piece of paper. Now I'm going to do my third side, make a little mark. That's where the 1-inch mark is, a little dash. And then I'm going to draw the line all the way. Okay, so now I have 3 lines. I need to make my third line. So I'll do the 4th little dash. And then I will draw the line all the way. Okay, so pretty much where the 4 corners intersect, you can do a little dot if that helps you. That's where you're gonna cut. That's where you're gonna make your mini shape, so that we'll know how much to cut in order to tie. Okay, so we're cutting to make our mini shape. Okay, so now as you can see, if you place your mini shape against your original fabric cutout, you will have a 1-inch margin on all sides, and so you'll have enough to tie, which is very important. Okay, so now if you guys haven't reached this step, feel free to pause, catch up, but if you have reached this step, we'll keep going. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the pieces in our fabric so that we can make the ties. And so keeping my 2 pieces of fabric together and my mini shape, my mini template inside. I'm just gonna make a little cut like this. So I just use my scissors to cut. I can show you here again. We're just gonna make little cuts, keeping our fabric in place, keeping our mini template in place. We are making little cuts here. So I made 2 cuts so far in order that this strip may hang out. And so this is what we'll be tying together at the end after we make all the cuts. And we're keeping this template here. If you want, you can put a little piece of tape in order to make sure that, you know, the template stays in place and you're keeping the 1-inch margin on all sides. But I'm just gonna hold it in place as I cut. So as you guys can see, I'm holding it in place. And this line paper actually helps because you wanna make sure that your little strips are narrow enough, because if they're really wide, it's gonna be harder to tie later. And so what I found is that the narrower and the longer the strip is, the easier it is to tie. So let me make a few more and then I'll show you again what it looks like. But again, remember, we're making 2 cuts, pretty narrow. It's maybe 1/4 of an inch if you want to really measure it out and use your ruler. But I'm gonna make a couple more and show you. A couple more cuts and show you what it will look like. If you want, you could also grab some chalk and make the outline, and then you'll know where to cut. Alright, so we'll just keep cutting. I'll show you what I have. So now we have a bunch of little strips, and this is what we're going to tie. And so that's just what we're going to keep going, how we're going to keep going. Keep that paper in place. So you have to be really patient here. Right, so I'm almost done with this side. Okay, so now as you guys can see, I have this row of all these little strips, and this is what we're going to tie, but now we have to cut all the sides first. So I'm going to put my paper back into place. If it's really hard for you to keep the paper in place while you cut, feel free to pause, go grab some tape, or if you have some chalk, and you can just make the outline, and that will make it a little easier. But we're just going with as basic materials as possible. Okay, so just gonna keep making the little cuts with 1-inch margins. Okay, so I have now done 2 sides. One side, 2 side. And I do have this corner, and so I'll probably just cut in the middle, and so it won't be too thick when I tie it, or I might just leave it like that actually. But yeah, feel free to improvise, just try your best. It's okay to make mistakes. You can always start over. Just let your creativity run a little wild. So I'm gonna do the other 2 sides now. Alrighty. Oops. Need to make sure my 2 pieces of fabric are aligned. Okay, I'm gonna put my little template back. And remember, we're using the template to make sure that all sides are equal, have an equal amount of cuts, or have an equal margin. So I'm still doing my 3rd side. Sometimes the template kind of runs away. Okay, so I have my I have my 3 sides cut now, and then going to keep going. Just gonna make sure that all my corners have enough cuts too. Okay, so I'm going to do the 4th side now. We have 3 sides of cuts. Just got to keep patient, keep trying our best to keep going. And if the cuts are not long enough when you're actually tying, you can always go back and do it. This is just a starter, so we don't have to tie, cut all the time. Okay, so I am finally done. If you guys are not done, feel free to pause. But we're going to go into that next step. But let me show you what I have so far first. This is one side, this is my other side. And so with my corners, what I ended up doing is making sure that I have enough of a margin. But I did make cuts here so that the corners can tie off. And depending on the shape that you choose, you'll just have to see where is the best place to make the cuts and at what length. But we're going to enter the next step now. Basically, we are going to start tying. And this one should be pretty, this part will take some time, but basically all you do, you just start with 1 tie. I'm going to make this one a little thinner so that it's easier to make a tie. You just start with one pair of strips, and you just make the tie, and then you keep going. Alright, so I realized after I finished filming that I didn't show you up close what the tie looks like, and so I already finished my pillow, but I undid a couple of them, and so I just want to show you up close in case you're having problems tying. So this is what you guys will still have right now with, you know, the untied. And so you basically just take the pair and then you just do a simple knot, like tying your shoelaces. I'll do one more. So again, you have the two sides. I know it might be a little hard at first, but just keep practicing and you'll get the hang of it. Do the third one, so you have the two sides. And then you just do a little knot. So I've done a few ties. This is what it looks like. And then I'm just going to keep going all the way around. Feel free to pause here and I'll show you what it looks like after I've done one side. I mean, feel free to pause here and keep making the ties yourself. Alrighty, so I'm finishing up one side. As you can see, I'm just taking the two strips together, as I'm sure you guys are doing, and tying them. Again, if it's too difficult, please feel free to just take the scissors and make the strips even longer, because like I said, the longer that you make the strips and the skinnier, the easier it is to tie. However, if you make them super long, the pillow will end up having very long tails, and that's okay too, especially if this is your first time trying. You know, it just takes a lot of patience. All right. This fabric has a lot of little pieces, but this is what one side looks like. One side of ties. So I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so I've tied around 75% of this mini pillow. And now I'm gonna take some of the stuffing and I'm just gonna start putting it in. So I just open it up like this. Slide some in. Be careful, you don't want to be too forceful because you don't want to break all of the ties, and then you'll have to just go back and redo it. All right, and I am done. So this is my final product, my mini little pillow. Maybe I'll take a little nap if I ever decide to fall asleep on the table. It can be the perfect size. So I hope that wherever you guys are at, if you need to pause and keep finishing, that's totally fine. If you're done, congrats. You have a little tiny pouch pillow now. If you'd like to keep going and to jazz it up a little, you can definitely make this a little pillow monster by, you can use other fabric that you have. Like I would use maybe the black here, cut out some eyes, a little mouth. You can definitely add a body, different things to this, but this is just the foundation that we wanted to give you for this time. I hope that you guys had fun, and I hope that you guys learned something. And if you don't want this, you can definitely give it to a sibling or a parent and just tell them to stay cozy and comfortable during this time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this time, and I can't wait to see you guys.
No, they got it.
Okay, we want to tell them and then we can be like,
You tell. Alright, so each time you ask Brian and I a question, we had to look at each other and then answer. Vice versa, same goes with those two. Like they had to look at each other before they answer your question.
and then Ben and
They got it.
Ben and
Things got complicated.
Yeah. This is something similar.
Do you want to redo this round?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
But her lips.
No.
By accident, by your lips and say
No.
Wait. How about two away, and then when they ask us what question, like two away, so 1, 2, you just like look down instead of just look down. Kind of like
Wait, so
like
like
obvious though, but like just subtle, like just like
take your time.
yeah, like just like or something like that. After you answer a question.
Good morning, patients.
Morning.
Let us first do some doctoral things. Alright, good afternoon everyone. What have you guys done this morning? Jimmy, what have you done?
I must. Today.
Oh, you must. Alright, okay. Getting some public transportation, some physical exercise.
Gotta stay safe.
Hanson, what time did you wake up this morning?
I woke up at 10:29 this morning. Today.
Very specific.
Yes.
Why not?
Because I snoozed my alarm.
Oh, wow. Oh, you snoozed your alarm.
Brian Ho, why don't you just reach up to the ceiling for me? Alright, let me see how the stretching capabilities are like. Alright, pretty good, pretty flexible. Okay.
Jimmy, can you put your hands on your lap?
May I come back up?
Do you need to? Alright.
Alright. So, Anson, you wear contacts, right?
No, I do not.
Oh. Oh, okay,
I
okay.
don't.
Okay. Would you mind just keeping your eyes closed?
I don't mind.
For the next round.
For the rest of the round?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Brian Lee, can you place your hands on the table?
Yes, I can.
I said, I think you can open your eyes now.
Thank you.
Doctor's over. Okay. Are you too tired of making eye contact with the person next to you?
How long do you want me to look at the person next to me?
No, I don't want you to look at the person next to you.
What did you have?
This morning for breakfast, I had baked pork chop rice. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was a brunch.
Wait. If I ask Brian Ho a question, did Jaimee and Anson have
That is not correct.
Okay, Anson, does the symptom have to deal with like you guys looking at one person?
I'm not looking at one person.
Looking at somebody in the room?
No. Not someone.
Not someone.
Not someone.
An object?
Not an object.
Just a win.
Oh, wait.
Make it easier for them. Okay, it's painful.
Alright, let's
I can ask Brian a question.
Let's make it more obvious.
Brian Lee.
Wait, ask him a question.
Each one of us a question. One by one, down the line.
Yeah.
5 plus 3?
See.
What's 2 plus
2? Jaimee, what's 100 divided by 4?
25.
Okay, answer. What's 25 times 2?
50.
Wait, you're making it more obvious?
Yeah.
You have to look down. It's the person to the left of the answer.
Okay, Brian, what is your favorite fast food place?
The person one over has to look down.
Yes.
Alright, looks like it's a tie between our two teams. That means the winner of this round is the winner of Psychiatrist. Now, doctors, if you would please follow me for the final round.
Scratch. What did we say at first? We said, good question.
I got it.
No, like, just subtly, oh, good question.
Every time?
No, I feel like that's too much.
Too easy. You two, whenever they ask you guys a question, you're like, good question. And they answer.
Like together?
Yeah. No. Like,
1, 2, 3.
1% of the time. 1% of the time. So like, if he asks you, alright, you say good question, and then you answer, who win? Like, cause both of you guys have to say good question. Like
Before we answer.
Before you answer, and then Steph and I say, I have an answer. Like when they ask us, yeah, to make it easier.
Good
The
question.
thing is to act like Jimmy.
I have an answer.
Good question. Do we have to do something?
No, yes.
Wait, isn't that 2 different
Symptoms? Yeah.
I thought of just biting your lip before you answer.
I said that at first, but then they were like, no.
Okay,
That's kind of.
Okay, maybe not.
Look at the
Maybe I contact with the camera.
Yeah. So,
Okay, wait, which one?
well, that one.
That one?
Camera 1.
Okay. Or let's look at Trin. Because I feel like she'll be walking around or something. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
So wait, while the whole time while we're answering the question?
No,
just
the person,
before-
talk about the person
before
to your
you
right
answer.
just looks at Trin.
Huh? No, that's
Okay.
so hard. The person.
Wait, the person to your right. Like, if he gets asked, like, how's your day? I'll look at Trin.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
It's harder to look at, like, if you're answering the question and you're looking at Trin, then it's just...
That's more
Yeah,
obvious.
that's obvious. That's
Wait. Everyone
Alright, so-
or just the person to the...
To the right.
So it's Steph answer. You got it.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good. We just look at camera 2.
Is this camera 2?
1, 2, 3.
Jimmy, what are you forgetting us? Pork belly, veggies, chicken vermicelli, and that's a lot, man. It's a lot. Good eats. That's what the show is called, right? Good eats.
Better. What do you have for breakfast today?
Today I had a pineapple bun. Yeah.
Steph, what did you have for breakfast
Today I did not have breakfast.
Why? Why did you have breakfast?
Because I had lunch. Just waited.
Hey, Brian, it's time to get to church. On time.
What time is that?
12:50.
Whoa!
One time.
Jaimee, what is your middle name?
Junsen.
Ginseng.
Ginseng.
Wait, I got one. Like, if Brian answers, then Steph and Benna have to like move their legs or something. And then if Brian and Jimmy like, if Brian or Jimmy answers, then did I just say that? Yeah.
I think we need some new psychiatrists.
Alright, that's one question.
Okay.
Alright, Stephanie, what is your name?
My middle is Kayan.
Jimmy, what's that face you were just making?
I need a new psychiatrist face.
I'm just kidding. Benna, do you have a middle name?
I don't.
Brian, do you have no name?
Yeah, check my out.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying a joke.
Alright. Jimmy, what is both of your older sisters' names?
Sandy and Valerie.
I need to think first.
Brian, you, what color is your shirt?
It's black.
Black. Steph, where did you get those earrings?
I got them on an Etsy shop. My friend, she is donating all proceeds to Black Lives Matter this week. So there's support.
Benna,
Can I say
Yeah.
how many fingers am I holding?
2.
How many fingers am I holding?
You're holding 5 fingers.
Wait, I think I got it. Is it?
They have to look at the camera whoever's answering, and the other people have to look at the camera.
Close.
And do some like weird thing.
That part definitely no.
Is that right?
The first part.
The first part, you're correct.
Like look at the camera.
It has to do with something
Yeah.
looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Brian, where do you usually get your haircuts?
Magic design. By my kaima.
Person
Oh,
to their
wait.
left. Person to their left needs to look at the camera.
No.
No. Wait, that's one. I'm gonna answer it. No. Okay, what color are your socks?
White, blue.
Oh, I got it! The person over, like, whoever is answering, like, if Jimmy is answering, then the person over has to look at the camera.
Over where?
Like, the person, every other person, so like,
Every other person? Next person?
Wait, who are you asking?
On the right, left?
Right or left?
No, my left. No, person,
You're right. My left.
Wait, left, right?
I got it. Let me say it. No. Person to the left.
No. No.
Who's left? Your left?
I said to the left. I said to the left first. No. The person to your right needs to
Yes!
Alright, it looks like that the walnuts are the winners. That means the big baller brand, by the way, your name is so weird. Fine, the BBBs get the penalty. So, Trinity, if you can please present them with their penalty. Now, can you guys guess what your punishment is?
We'll be blindfolded. It'll be bird
Close. You guys will have to put your hand against your head. Then the walnuts will wrap the bandana around it. You guys have to leave these on for 1 round.
A little salty for not saying rights.
Please proceed. All right, BBB, how are you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Remember, you guys only need to keep these on for one round, so just bear it out. Anyway, on to our next game, we have The Last Dance. One person from each team will come up. Those contestants will take turns dancing to whatever is on the screen. If they can complete the dance for at least 5 seconds, then it moves on to the other person. Whoever is dancing, by the time the song runs out, they will receive a penalty. Now, it may sound a bit confusing, but trust me, it will make sense when you start watching. So, put on your dancing shoes and let's do this.
Let's go.
All right, you guys ready? All right, so Benna, you will be starting. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
What's this?
Stop coughing. Jimmy, you're the last one dancing. All right, because Jimmy was the last one dancing, that means the Walnuts have lost this game. So, Trinity, if you can please bring out the next penalty. You guys will have to take a bite out of those chunks.
Bro, it smells kind of good though. It's like, no, it's just big. No.
At least half. At least half.
Wait, how broken is it? Dang.
While you're wearing the mask.
Oh, I smell it. Who chose these onions? They're good. Thank you, Keenan. Oh.
Wait, are you guys going to finish the entire thing?
Don't be shy.
All right, good job. All right, it is that time of the day. We have reached our final game. And this game is called the Dizzy Relay. The entire team will be participating. They'll go one at a time, spinning for 20, they have to spin 20 times, weave between 3 chairs, and stack up 9 cups into a pyramid. Whichever team finishes fastest will win. So, let's do this. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Time. 1 minute, 58 seconds. All right, BBBs, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Your time is 1 minute, 44 seconds. All right, looks like the winners of this game are the BBBs. And unfortunately, that means the walnuts are the losers. So, Trinity, I believe you have something to give this team.
We're not losers. You guys get a prize. We just didn't win.
Now, the penalty of the walnuts is getting potted in the face with some shaving cream. All right then, you guys ready? All right, Brian Ho, you're first.
No, you gotta go in order. You gotta go in order. It's gonna get on your hat. What? Here. 3, 2. Dude, I'm gonna go upwards.
Benna, you're next.
Jimmy, can you see your face?
No, don't go upwards.
Oh no. Okay, ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Look, it all came off. Can you see her face?
And last but not least, Brian Lee.
Jimmy, come on, he's cheating. Jimmy, no, show me.
Come on, Jimmy, show that beautiful face.
You pushed your own face into it.
Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like this episode, please give a hug to your parents, and we'll see you next time on DC Party.
Steph, can you sit next to him? My name's Anson. And
Jimmy!
today wasn't a fun day.
Dude, Jimmy's almost scared.
This is my friend Steph.
What's up, Sam?
She got some shaving cream on her face, but it came off.
crying.
It came all
But you can't see it.
We didn't lose today.
We're the real winners here.
Sorry, I don't have the heart to do it.
All right, final question. What's 2 plus 2?
Is it 4?
No, it is a fish.
Welcome to AM Talks. My name's Anson.
My name's Monica.
And this is a little show where we will be looking over some old commercials.
Yes, we will. Today we are watching the spicy ramen commercial made by Airheads. I forgot what year, but whoever's editing this, can put the year right here.
Right there.
Right here.
Right here. But yeah, with the ramen eaters, we brought our own ramen, some spicy ramen, so we can eat it with them. But honestly, it's not a big deal. It's just some ramen. All right, let's get started.
When SDC ends.
What the count says to?
Hey guys,
Stephanie
this is
so
our
young.
Steph, and today we're doing the spicy curry noodle challenge.
Did we even get the right ramen?
This wasn't even in focus.
Let's see. Wow.
Alright.
Wait, is that Bethany? She's like in front of.
Bethany never did Airheads.
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh, my bad, Bethany.
Alright, let's see who we see here. We see a lot of old people.
Who do you guys see? Who do you guys remember?
Might be hard. I feel
Okay,
like.
Bryce,
Yeah.
Michelle, Lorraine, Stephanie, Bethany.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're mixing up the ramen. That's nice.
Dante,
Wesley.
Wesley, Kana,
Yeah. David Chang.
David Chang.
Oh no.
Are you excited? Yeah.
Alright, I'm actually not a big fan of spicy.
Excited?
I really can't
Are
handle
you
spicy.
excited? Are you gonna answer me?
Spicy soup.
I forgot to bring my water.
Dude, they both look like a smell.
Yes.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah. That's Jimmy.
Jimmy, Philip,
That's Tiffany.
Tiffany,
Julie.
Julia.
Yeah.
Wow, they're really just going all in.
Are we going on
Alright.
too? Dude.
Can you taste the spicy?
Can you?
Here, you want more spice?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm good. David Chang.
Dude, this was 2017.
Was it?
Yeah, but the building still looks kind of the same.
Something's crying. His glasses are fogging up.
Wesley's dying too. Alright, Jimmy's screaming. He's drinking milk. That's a lot of milk.
We need some milk.
Ooh, we need some milk. Dude, that's boba on the table.
This is already getting spicy.
Really?
I'm like sweating.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
We should have brought milk or water.
We are champions. We don't need that.
Alright. Okay. You can finish that whole thing.
Yeah?
You can finish the whole thing.
Dude, I eat those spicy ramens for breakfast.
Okay, to be fair, the ramen that we have is not the same ramen that they're eating. The one that they're eating is definitely a lot more spicy.
Yeah.
Ours is
The Shin Black. Please sponsor us.
Please.
Please. Alright, how was it? Let's see. Facts, dude. There it is, 2017. Make it fun, factors.
2017. Alright.
Dang.
I miss day camp. I miss having day camp in person.
I know.
This is getting really spicy.
Did you finish her?
Almost.
Dude, I need to finish mine. But.
Alright, we challenge you at home to eat the spiciest ramen that you have.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't find some, you can go to the Korean store because they usually have a large array of different ramen.
Insert picture here of the Korean store.
Korean store. And the type of spicy noodle they're eating.
This is too fun.
I know.
Man, I'm so glad we're not the one editing this.
Dude, if we were. So, what if we were?
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah.
So it turned out that I would be the one editing the video. Kind of played myself on this one. So I didn't add in all the effects that Anson and I did. But yeah, hope you still enjoyed it.
All right. Hope you enjoyed watching this commercial with us. Tune in next time for another AM Talks. Is it AM Talks?
I think it's AM Talks.
Tune in next time for another